CATV is proudly presented by Toyota.
Dave Walkman, a lot of discussion was around the lack of preparation time because of the bad weather. It seemed like everyone is having a good little knock there at the nets today. Is that slowly improving?
Yeah, we certainly make the most of what we can, and it's unfortunate about the weather. That's nature, and we just got to try and work as hard as we can to prepare ourselves for the first test. And at the moment, the boys are going well. They're hitting enough balls. The bowlers are bowling enough balls, and I think we've got a 2-day hit out on Friday, Saturday. So hopefully the weather holds off for that.
Who's that 2-day hit out against?
I'm not sure yet.
It'll be an intro. I think we're working on as an intro squad. Set a wicket practice basically.
That'd be challenging.
David, a lot of the talk has been how this is going to be a series for the bowlers. Here's one of the key batsmen. What are your thoughts on, well, firstly, the role you'll play and top six of Australia?
At the moment, it doesn't look like there's a pitch out there for anyone to play on, but I think we've got to adapt to all conditions. We've got world-class batters in both teams. Both batting units have to put up with what conditions are put in front of us. If it's a bowler friendly, we've got to back ourselves and adapt quickly, whether it's leaving good balls and waiting for the ball a little bit longer, and obviously putting away the bad balls. For us as a bowling unit, we've got to put the balls in right areas. If there is a bit of grass and it's a bit tacky, we know that driving length and the top of off length is the key to taking wickets. And as I said, it's just about adapting and being professional as we can.
David, go ahead. You mentioned leaving the ball, which obviously in South African conditions the local batsmen seem to suggest is the key thing when it comes to Test cricket. But in Australia, it seems you guys are more sort of focused on moving the game forward, being positive. Will that sort of approach still apply here in South Africa, or are you going to have to tone that down a bit?
Yeah, it's almost like England when you've got the ball swinging around and seaming a bit. You can't get too bogged down, and you've always got to have that intent. And I know with my personal game, I'm always looking to score runs, and I'm not leaving too many balls. That's for sure. But if it's tacky and it's seaming and it's swinging, you've got to adapt to the conditions and play your game. And as I said, be as professional as you can, adapt to it, and you'll take care of itself.
David, Australia has obviously been quite successful in South Africa in recent times with the most recent tour in 2011 or whenever it was. What do you think is the key to Australia performing very well generally in a country that most teams haven't been able to get much success?
I think with the brand of cricket that we've been playing in the last 12 months has been, it's been fantastic, and we're ready to go. And I think the key for us is to obviously score a lot of runs and take a lot of wickets, but we have to adapt to the conditions. I think that's going to be the key here. You can have a green wicket and the bowlers can get carried away and try and take a wicket every ball, but that's not how we play. We play about trying to set the batsman up and try and get them nicking. That's the main thing and the main purpose as obviously the bowling unit. And as I said, with batting, got to score first innings is crucial. If the wicket's a little bit tacky, got to score as many runs as we can in that first innings so the bowlers have something to bowl at and we put pressure on the opposition.
David, you've mentioned your thoughts on the batting lineup, but the South African bowling attack, what are your views on that?
Well, my view is you've got three very, very good bowlers. Like they're guys who keep consistently taking wickets and bowling teams out. We have to respect them. We've played them both home and away. We know what they're capable of, and I think we've got to be smart with the way we approach it. As I said, we've got to adapt to the conditions, and we've got to work out our way to try and score runs against them. We've done it in the past. We've got to come out, as I said, and I use the word intent a lot because that's what we have to do. We can't let them get their tails up, and as soon as someone like Dale, he takes a wicket, he'll fire up and bowl a bit faster than what he does. So we just got to keep backing ourselves and playing our natural games.
How much did you guys learn from that awful day in Cape Town when you guys bowled out for 47?
I wasn't there, so I can't comment on that. But obviously, watching the replay the other day, you look at that as an opening batsman, and you find it hard. We get 200. Michael plays that unbelievable knock in the first innings. We roll them for 90. I think it was 96 or something. And we're a little bit of a lead, and then we get rolled for 47. Obviously it would have been disappointing for those boys, but they would have learnt from that. Probably a few shots there that they wouldn't play again, and then obviously with the bowling unit that we have, which is exactly probably the same as that innings. We have to work out where we can bowl to the batsman if we get in that position again.
Were you doing that on your own, or was it part of a team briefing where you were watching the footage of that match?
No, I was just laying on the bed, just watching nothing on TV. So I was just watching a replay. But as you do when you come to other countries that you travel to, they're only playing games that they win. So there's nothing but to watch it.
David, you mentioned last month that you felt some of the South African players were on the back foot. Are there particular guys that you believe are vulnerable? I know Australian teams like to target specific people.
Yeah, it's just more when you're playing fast bowling, a lot of players feel comfortable playing off the back foot, and I think with these kind of conditions, you allow the ball to come to you, so you're actually playing the ball as late as you can. And I think we've got our tails up at the moment with our bowlers, so I can't tell you specifically which batters are always playing off the back foot or whatnot, or what our bowling plans are going to be. But I know there's sometimes there's going to be a bit of a weakness there, and I'm pretty sure that we've worked it out.
Slightly off topic there, but do you maybe have comments on the whole Kevin Pietersen saga, just out of interest? He's a very attacking batsman, a man like yourself who likes to get a move on. Have you seen what's been happening in the papers with him?
Yeah, obviously I can't comment on their behalf, with what's going on in their camp, but as a player of his class, it's disappointing that he obviously can't play in that World Cup. I'm pretty sure he would have loved to have played that. It's quite sad. He's a very, very good player, excellent player. He's got a lot of runs. I know as a player in the opposition, when you see Kevin Pietersen come to walk out to bat, you never know what to expect. A guy can get 100 off 50 balls, or get 100 off 200 balls. But he's a world-class player. It's sad that he's had to go out that way. But I'm sure all the boys out there have loved watching him play, and we wish him all the best with whatever comes along in his life now.
Coming off a 5-0 series, what you guys did in the Ashes, obviously confidence isn't a problem. Where would you say is the areas of the game that you would work hardest on during this build up to the series?
Yeah, well, 5-0's in the past now. It's about working hard over here and trying to win this series against number one team. We felt we were close last time we played them in Australia. Now it's about key moments and trying to work as hard as we can to identify those moments where we need to get on top and really take it to them. I think, as I said just before, if we have that intent to take wickets, to score big runs in the first innings, I think that will take care of itself, and that will put us in a great frame of mind to win the series.
David, in the Ashes series, a forge a partnership with Chris Rogers, which are fairly kind of unique relationships, I think. How does it work from your perspective?
I think we've worked fantastic together. Sort of told him if he looks at his 100, he's actually got a strike rate of 70 and above. So if he looks to come out like he did like that, it'll be, for me, it'll be great to watch. But we feed off each other when we're out there. If I'm going or he's going, we rotate the strike well. We get along well off the field, on the field. He's a great fella, but he's a bit of a weirdo. He does the complete opposite to some things I do. Like, if he does crosswords, I wouldn't even attempt to try and do a crossword because I couldn't. But when it comes to cricket, I think we're both pretty similar in the ways we identify what needs to happen, what we need to do out there. What he's in my mind, he's a fantastic player. Scored over I think it's 20,000 first class runs. He's got a lot of knowledge about the game. He's played in all conditions, and I've learned a lot off him since he's come into the team.
Did you have much to do with him before he struck out the
I had a lot of sledging that I was giving him when we played him in Shield cricket and stuff, just because of the way he batted. But now that he's with me, I'm actually embracing it.
Yeah, did you remember much of it?
Oh no, it's just the same old. Just get on with it. You're boring us, this and that. But now he's striking at 70. He's perfect.
I was going to say that one thing about what he does is there are times when he's hitting the ball well, and as you say, when he's hitting the ball well, he scores quite quickly. When he's not hitting the ball well, he still tries to survive, I suppose. Yeah,
like I think it might have been we were none for 100 in Durham, and he kept them coming up to me and laughing, just saying, I don't know how I'm not nicking any of this. But he played and missed it, I think probably 3 or 4 balls every over, and he's just saying, see, this game's all about luck. And I was saying, yeah, it is. And then after that game when we got rolled, he was just saying to me, see, that's what happens. He goes, it's such a fickle game. But that's just the way he plays. If he can't hit the middle, he works out a way to survive. And that's the type of player he is. And that's where we can learn. And I can learn from the other end. If I'm not hitting the ball in the middle and the balls aren't there to hit, you got all day to bat. And that's good having him up the other end because he keeps me going.
Speaking of
Last question, please.
cricket being such a fickle game, you were here last in August, and obviously things have changed dramatically since then. You seem a lot more settled in the side, and the team as a whole seems a lot more settled. What's been behind that dramatic change?
I think just the professionalism that all the boys have brought to the table. I think the way that everyone's gone about their business now, the support staff have been fantastic with getting everything organised for us, helping all the boys out, whether it's, throwdowns, little logistic things. The guys are just, they're living and breathing cricket. And then when we're away from cricket, we're just, enjoying each other's company, and we're, whether it's going down to the shops or, we're racing these little petrol cars around and stuff, we're making the most of our time together, and we're really a strong unit at the moment.